Hello, thank you for joining me for today's video. My name is Tracy Held. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne in Australia. For today, I'm going to be making this little box, which is using the pillow box dies from the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite. This one was done using elements from the Gingerbread and Peppermint Suite. For today's, I'm going to be using completely different elements, and this one I made more that you could do as a table decoration or just treats. For today, I actually want to make it where it's more of a gift box that you can close it up. Now, this is quite a reasonable size. If I've got my tube of liquid glue here, it will fit in like that. So you can see the size of it. You can fit a reasonable sized something inside it. A few chocolates or lint balls. Okay, let's get started. As I said, I'm using my gingerbread and peppermint dies, so we're going to be using the die. I've also got the labels. I haven't decided which one we're going to use. I'll see which one looks best when we get there. So it's got the little tag or it's got this shape. And the stamp set that I'm going to use is Delivering Cheer. We're either going to use Sending Love and Christmas Cheer or the two from on the tag, depending on which one we decide to go with. When I'm cutting this out, I'm going to cut out my die, and the set comes with this die, which cuts the two little holes at the top. It's also got that one which will do those decorative cutouts. So what I did here was I positioned that it was sitting exactly along the top there when I cut it out. You're then also going to cut out two pieces of that middle section. I cut my paper 5.5 centimeters and then just positioned it like that. If we're trying to figure this out in inches, that would be 5.25 inches. So I just want that bit cut out. I don't need that whole thing cut out. And for this one, I'm using the Tidings of Christmas DSP. Alright, so let's get started on our box. I've got a piece of card which is 18.4 centimeters by 14 centimeters, which would be 7.25 by 5.5 inches. And I'm going to score this on all four sides at 2 inches or 5.1 centimeters. And I'm going to fold on those score lines. I find it easier to see where I'm cutting if I've done my folds first. It just gives me a bit more definition. Then we're going to cut up all four tabs. And I'm going to cut each of these tabs off at an angle just to get rid of the bulk inside the box when we assemble it. We want to cut from the center to the bottom. Don't cut it the wrong way, because then you're going to cry. Ask me how I know that. Right, and that's all our cutting done. Now we can put the box together. I'm just putting a bit of glue on the triangular tabs over here, and then we're folding it up, matching up the edges. And as easy as that, there's our box made. So just give it a bit of a press that the glue has got time to stick. Now with my two sides here, I need my trimmer again. The first thing that we're going to do is cut off the legs. So I'm putting my edge along the bottom edge of my runner, and we're just cutting across. And then I'm going to cut off these two bulges. So again, I can just line that up on my cutting track, pull in the cutting blade. Oh, that needs a little bit more. Right. And we're going to do the same thing on the other piece. And I already have the score lines for the bottom that were made when I cut out my die. We're going to fold those down, and then we're going to glue those two bottoms together. And now, before I glue the box, let's do the decoration. It's probably easier to stick this when it's flat. That's going along there. If you haven't cut it exactly, don't worry about it, because we are going to put that scallop trim just to edge that off. And I've cut two strips out of my edging from the Scallop Contours die, These are in Real Red, and I'm going to put those along the two top edges so that we've got that neat finish along the edge of the DSP. Now this is slightly longer than my box, but that's okay because I'd rather have it longer than shorter, and we'll just edge it off. And when you have glue on your fingers, everything sticks to your fingers instead of the paper. And then we're just going to cut off the excess edges. Okay, now we're ready to stick our box in. So I'm going to put some glue along the bottom. I want quite a lot of glue because I want it to stick tight. And this is fractionally wider than the bottom of the box. So when you're positioning it, just try and get it centered. I hope I didn't get my head in the camera there. There we go. And then I'm going to stick the sides closed. And there's our box. Now, let's decide which one we prefer. I stamped a to from and cut out the tag, or I stamped my Sending Love and Christmas Cheer. Alright, so I said I wasn't sure which one we were going to use, but I've decided I'm going to use the tag because this one just takes up too much space and is hiding that lovely DSP. I've cut two of my tag. I'm going to stick it that they sitting at an angle to each other. And we'll stick it on with dimensionals, I think. Now, to tie it closed, I'm going to take some of my Real Red sheer ribbon. We'll cut that at an angle so that I can thread it through the holes. Give yourself enough ribbon that you're going to be able to tie a nice bow. And I'm going to add a few of my little red rhinestones just for extra bling. So there we have it, our little box all tied that your present can stay inside it. Or as I said, you could leave it open and just use it as a table decoration. I hope that you like this idea. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until the next time, happy crafting. Bye.